అంటే అవుతానికి వెళ్ళినాక చేస్తా, ఎట్లనే వెళ్ళేసరికి మళ్ళా అంత డస్ట్ పడుతుంది.
అంటే అయితే అదే devops. Let's start in a couple of minutes. Okay. Okay. Hey all, good morning. How many of you are new? Okay, new onto this class. Okay, demo. First demo. First demo. One. Is it your first demo? Okay. So online, how many of you have your first demo today? This is the first time we are connecting. Just type yes in the chat if you are new to the demo. Okay, yes, yes. So guys, okay, whoever has completed the first demo, okay, first 15 to 20 minutes, I'm gonna take the same whole demo which we do, so that everybody is up to date with whatever is going on, and then we can go forward in the course. Okay. So with that, whoever or you're new, right? Your name, fresher or experience? Fresher. What is it? B Tech, B combo. What is your background? Rajesh from what is your huh? Chemistry. Okay, you BCom. You are also new BCom computers. Okay. Uh, I can see online there are three people, Shohail, Tilak, and Nasima. Can you just tell me, fresher or experience, what is your background? Start with Shohail. Okay, Tilak, Nasma,
Good
freshers?
morning, sir.
Yeah.
So, good morning. I'm Tilak from Hyderabad. I
Okay.
have 5 years experience
5 years
in Wipro.
experience in Wipro as tech
Wipro,
or non-tech?
non-technical.
Okay, non-technical. Fine. Okay, fine. So let's start. So yeah, for all those who joined you, welcome to AWS Integrated Certification course by me, Seshan Modityala. Who am I? And one more thing before going. Okay, English is fine for all of you, right? Okay. ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారా కొంచెం తెలుగు మిక్స్ ఓకే if it is okay, it's fine. Okay, so what I'll do is mostly it's English. If I'm speaking something complex, I'll also come up with Telugu. And what particularly if any person wants it in Hindi, okay, just do let me know. Then I can go there. Okay, fine. Who am I? I have 9+ years of IT and cloud experience, AWS certified solutions architect associate. Okay, I work as a senior AWS consultant, developer, and DevOps engineer. Okay, in one of the reputed MNC, I'll tell you what it is. And then I am doing one of the prestigious program in cloud computing from top university in the world. Okay, Caltech. Okay, so postgraduate program in cloud computing. So yeah, that's majorly about me. Okay, so I'll tell you some more things about me at the end. Okay, but I want to start with the actual topic. Okay, we are on here for cloud computing, right? AWS is a cloud platform. It's a cloud platform. Okay, what exactly is cloud? Anyone who joined me, what do you know about cloud? Okay, okay, no idea. Okay, fine. It's okay. Anyone online? Okay, Shohail, Tilak, Nazma, whoever has joined today. Okay, any idea about cloud?
It's a data service.
Data service? Anything?
Mm.
Okay, fine. Okay, let's deduce. Okay, let's understand. Okay. Am I sharing my screen? Okay. So this is about who am I, and then we started with cloud computing. Okay. So guys, I'll give you a brief picture. Okay. So see, things have changed. See, we are very lucky. Okay. మనం ఏంటంటే we have seen everything in life. Okay. When we were born, we were kids. Okay. We didn't have any phones. We survived. We used to play, we survived. Slowly it started with normal keypad phones. Used to text in the okay, just normal text messages. And then started small Nokia phones with small cameras. We used it, we click pictures. Okay, small movies we used to watch. And slowly, okay, slowly some more advanced phones, some more advanced phones. So first time when we watched YouTube, it was very magical. Here we are not storing all those movies and all in our phone, but we are able to watch. Okay, internet లో మెల్లగా నెట్ఫ్లిక్స్ వచ్చింది, Amazon Prime and everything came up. We saw everything. So we were there in that stage where we had to copy the if our friend has a movie using Bluetooth or maybe pen drive, or we have to copy that movie, then only used to watch. To a stage where just by sitting we can watch any movie. Netflix, Amazon Prime, live match which is happening there, we are able to watch on our phones. Earlier it was only happening through TV. Okay, we have seen all of it. Okay, so what changed? The thing that is changed is from traditional IT, we are moving all our applications to cloud and virtually accessing all those IT resources. అందుకే ఇదంతా possible. Okay, so for example, Gmail, I gave you in the last class also, I gave you this example. Okay, if you have that small tub of Nokia phone, you click pictures, all gets saved into memory card. And we used to exchange memory cards. If that is lost, gone, all our photos gone. But right now, what is happening? We get a new phone, give our Gmail ID. Okay, we give our Gmail ID, for example. We give our Gmail ID. Okay, all those photos, even if our phone is lost, all those photos and all everything backed up into our phone. Okay, Netflix. Netflix, we are able to watch a number of movies, web series and all on our phone. ఇంతకు ముందు అలా కాదు, మన దగ్గర ఉంటేనే మనం డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకుంటేనే మనం చూడగలుగుతాం. ఇప్పుడు ఏదైనా చూడవచ్చు. ఓకే, వాట్ చేంజ్? క్లౌడ్ చేంజ్. These are all cloud applications. They are using cloud to give us those kind of services. Okay, so let's try to understand again. Let's go to the same. So guys, whoever has done it in the previous class, just they are do there. Okay, we know this concept, but still, whoever has joined you should understand the concept. Okay, okay. So I asked the same question in the last class also for new people. Imagine you are in 2003 guys. 20 years back, we were there, you were there. Did you hear about startups? Very rare, very rare. Okay. So right now, if you see, you have so many startups. Everybody has a startup. Only in Amirpet, you can find 500 startups. Even this institute is a startup. It has its own website. Okay. So how is this possible? Okay. So let's try to see. Okay, back in 2003, if you want, so we all just assume that we will create an application. We have to roll out a e-commerce website as our startup. We are in 2000. Writing code is fine. Any developer will write the code for application, how should it look like and all. First what you have to do, you have to rent out a space. You have to rent out a space, and in this space, you need to get all the infrastructure that is required. First, even before even starting the e-commerce website and business, what you need to do first for hosting your application, you need a server. So not only one server, multiple servers you want, racks and racks of servers, which has CPU, memory, RAM, all whatever is required, and all networking. Okay, all those cables and everything connecting, and you have an internet connection which gives internet to it, connectivity to it. Everything you have to set up first. Here, it's not like renting; you have to buy that. So first, let's decide how many people will use our website. On an average, every day, 5,000 people will use our website. This is what we thought. దానికి ఆ 5,000 పీపుల్ ఎంతమంది యూజ్ చేస్తే ఎంత నెట్వర్క్ కావాలి, ఎంత స్పేస్ కావాలి, ఎంత సిపియు కావాలి, ఎంత ర్యామ్ కావాలి, ఇవన్నీ మనం డిసైడ్ చేసుకొని we have set up this. Okay, now only 50 people are using our website. All this is waste of money. For 50 people, a small RAM and small 10 GB of storage space was also enough. But we thought 5,000 people will use it and munde techipettu. Now, it's a waste of. Or let's take another scenario. Now 1 lakh people are wanting to use our website. Is this enough? Look at more and more space, more and more infrastructure and all, and setup. We can't tell our customers, wait, నేను అన్ని తెచ్చేంత వరకు వెయిట్ చేసి మళ్ళీ రండి అని చెప్తే ఎవరు రా. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. ఓకే, ఇవన్నీ చేసినా కూడా what if there is a fire accident and everything got burnt up, gone, everything gone, your data gone, business gone, everything. You can't manage disaster from your premise. Okay, this kind of setup. ఇప్పుడు ఒకవేళ మనం ఒక ఈ-కామర్స్ వెబ్సైట్ తయారు చేయాలంటే ఇక్కడ ఈ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ లో ఫస్ట్ సర్వర్ రూమ్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి. ఆ సర్వర్ రూమ్ కి కావాల్సిన సర్వర్స్ తీసుకురావాలి, అన్ని సెటప్ చేయాలి. జస్ట్ you don't even know how much we have worked. 3 days back, you know what happened? 3 days back, we didn't even know. Okay, I can show you that video. 3 days back, సడన్ గా వర్షం పడింది కదా, ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ లోపల ఇదంతా కడిగింది కాబట్టి మీకు ఇట్లా కనిపిస్తుంది, కానీ ఈ లెవెల్లో నీకు వచ్చింది. You can see, just peek in, somebody peek in. Okay, you will see that all those CPUs, monitors అన్ని పాడైపోయి అక్కడ పక్కన పడేసారు. ఇట్ లాస్ట్ పాడైపోయినాయి, మొత్తం బురదలో పోయి మొత్తం పాడైపోయి ఇక్కడ పడేసారు. We didn't expect that. So suddenly there was a huge flow and the wall broke and then total flood came in. Okay, we had to clean all of it and so ఇట్లాంటిది ఒకటి సెటప్ చేసిన I can't control that. I can't control those disasters. అందుకే 2003లో when there was no cloud computing, nobody used to dare. ఎవరో కొంతమంది మాత్రమే ఆ డేర్ చేసి they used to come up with startups. So that is the whole reason. Back then we had slow, nobody used to come up with startups and all. Okay, now if you observe, only, okay, so just by sitting here, all it changed is, right now it is 2023. Okay, 20 years. Now I don't want a space. I don't even want people. Nobody should be maintaining it. Just by sitting using this laptop, I can start my own website in 5 minutes. Even 5,000 people use it, 5 lakh people use it. I don't require any of it. ఇక్కడ నుంచే నేను స్టార్ట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఎలా? Okay, see, the logic is always same. What is the logic? To store something, to host something, you need computers, you need servers, you need traditional IT for sure. But the difference is nothing but, so AWS, Azure and GCP, what they are doing is just let me show you. So instead of we maintaining all those servers and all. AWS like data centers, they are maintaining the traditional IT. వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఉంది మనకు కావాల్సిన సర్వర్స్ అవన్నీ ఆల్రెడీ ఆర్ దేర్ ఇన్ ద AWS data centers. Okay, so what are we doing? For example, I have to host an application. Right now, only 50 people are here. For 50 people, I need 4 GB of RAM, some processor, and then some maybe 10 to 15 GB of space. That is what I'll ask AWS. They'll give me, I'll host my application. Tomorrow, if 5 lakh people want to use my website, I'll just tell that no, I need 50 GB of RAM, and then these many servers to be added, these many CPUs to be added. Within 5 to 10 minutes, they'll add all those to my application, and people can start using. That is the difference. ఇంత ముందు ఏంటంటే ఇవన్నీ మనం కొని మనం సెటప్ చేసుకోవాలి, which is called traditional IT. Right now, they are all available on data centers. Okay, like AWS, Azure data centers already ఉన్నాయి. What we'll do, we'll just use it. How much ever we use it, we'll pay. If we are using 10 GB, we'll pay for 10 GB. If we are using 1 TB, we'll pay for 1 TB. As simple as that. So if now you will understand the actual concept of or actual definition of cloud computing after this theory. Just a minute. Okay, fine. See, cloud computing is on-demand delivery of IT resources. Whatever you want computer, you want database, you want storage, you want whatever you want, you can get it over internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. And the use is that. Okay, and then instead of buying, owning, and maintaining physical data centers on our premise, okay, you can access any kind of technology, computers, databases, storage, networking, anything from cloud providers like AWS, Azure, GCP, and other. వాళ్ళ నుంచి మనం తీసుకొని ఎంతైతే యూజ్ చేస్తున్నామో అంతకు పే చేయొచ్చు. మెయింటెనెన్స్ ఎవరు చేస్తారు? వాళ్ళే చేస్తారు. మనకు తెలియదు కూడా తెలియదు, వాళ్ళే చేసుకుంటారు. వర్చువల్ గా మనము connect I will deploy our application there and they will maintain it for us. So it is very easy, right? There is no risk at all. So for example, I started Teams. Okay, Teams. I don't know you all will join or not. I don't know. Okay, see, God's grace. In last 3 months, we have trained around for 200 plus people. Okay, last 3 to 4 months, it's fine. But what if only 2 people join? So I started my application. I'm showing all my videos and all. Okay. For that, I bought a huge hard disk and all. I thought 10,000 people will join my institute. So I got 10 TB of hard disk. Nobody is joining. Only 2 people joined. All those are waste of money. So, but if I use cloud, what I'll do is only 2 people joined. I need only 1 GB of space. I'll pay only for 1 GB. ఎప్పుడైతే 1000 people వచ్చి జాయిన్ అవుతారో అప్పుడు నాకు ఎక్కువ స్టోరేజ్ కావాలి, అప్పుడు పే చేసుకుంటాం. సో ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ దిస్ స్టార్ట్అప్ ఇస్ ఎ ఫెయిలియర్, ఓకే, 2 people జాయిన్ అయ్యారు, దాని తర్వాత ఐ కుడెంట్ మెయింటైన్, ఐ విల్ కమ్ అవుట్, ఐ విల్ రిమూవ్ దిస్. But how much am I paying? I am paying only for 10 GB of space that 2 people have used. So I didn't pay more. So నాకు అంత రిస్క్ లేదు. ఎప్పుడైతే జాయిన్ అవుతారో, ఎప్పుడైతే నేను యూజ్ చేసుకోవాలో అప్పుడు నేను ఎక్కువ కట్టాను. So that is what cloud computing has done. That is why more people are coming up with startups, applications, and all. If they use it, fine. If they don't use it, takku kharchulo by default. We tried. It depends. So yeah, that's it. And why are we learning AWS also is very important to me. Endukante not because somebody has told us or AWS is in demand. Why is it in demand? You have to understand. What is it? 90% of large enterprises, talk about any MNCs, they are moving from traditional IT to cloud. Ever కావాలి వాళ్ళకి మరి? They need cloud professionals like you to handle their data and applications. And then since COVID-19, see COVID-19 lo ఏమైపోయిందంటే, even if you have traditional IT infrastructure, you can't go there and maintain it. Lockdown, nobody can go. Okay, multiple businesses have come down. So after COVID-19, people started thinking about moving to cloud because COVID-25 might come, COVID-26 might come, who knows? Who knows? So our time ki manam ready ఉంటాం. Okay, so see, in Kerala they are saying some Nipah virus is growing. Okay, what if after 3 4 months you are still maintaining traditional IT? Okay, for example, take about this institute. Okay, what if I teach only offline లో వస్తేనే టీచ్ చేస్తాను, లేకపోతే నా దగ్గర జూమ్ లేదు, ఏమీ లేదు. What if those kind of Nipah virus and all come? We are sticking to our home. How would I teach? My business is gone. Okay, your learning is gone. So we should be ready. Like Zoom, okay, and all other cloud services should be there so that I can have virtual operations also. Okay, so that is why people started thinking that after COVID-19 they have seen enough, and then now they want to move to cloud. Okay, so this stat tells you in 2019 cloud computing market was not more than $40 billion. But by 2025 it is going to reach $800 billion. That means more and more businesses, more and more people are moving to cloud. Okay, and LinkedIn says, you all know LinkedIn. LinkedIn says cloud computing market, has a growth rate of 30% year on year, making it one of the fastest growing jobs in the tech industry. That is why we are learning cloud. Okay. So let's try to understand few more concepts of cloud computing today, which were not taken in the last class. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll teach you some more concepts. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just open my course. So I taught you about traditional IT, right? Okay, traditional IT గురించి చెప్పాను కదా. ఇది కొంచెం okay, we'll take 5 minutes time to understand more about traditional IT so that we can jump on to, because the concepts are same, basics are again traditional IT. Okay, so as I told you, traditional IT is on premise lo manam set up, whatever we set up, that is called traditional IT. And then there are some basic IT terminologies you should know, you should understand before going into cloud computing, which is, one is server. What is server? It can be a small computer, it can be a network of computers, it can be whatever it is, whatever device it is. The main purpose of the server is to take our request, give the response. So for example, YouTube also has a server. Okay, the main duty, Adi, see, maybe starting stages, when starting stages of YouTube happen, it might be a small server. Right now, it is some billions of servers in all network. Everything together is called YouTube server. But whatever it is, whatever size it is, the main duty of a server, okay, you have to remember is, see, I am trying to access what? YouTube.com. This request went to the server, okay, and the server is sending back the response. Okay, it sent back whatever are the recommended videos for you. Okay, just a minute. So it sent back whatever is the recommended videos. So right now I'm gonna make one more request. Okay, what is it? I want to see AWS course on YouTube. I sent a request. Okay, it sent back me the response. Understood? Okay, as simple as this. Whatever, a device that processes requests from the clients. It comprises of CPU, memory, RAM, storage disks, okay, databases, network, everything comprises together makes one server. Okay, we all know router. Router ఏంటి? Wi-Fi router. Okay, what does it do? So it is the one which is transferring my data packets to client through router only, because see nothing, no wire is attached to me, no LAN is attached to me. I have connected with Wi-Fi. Okay, now Wi-Fi okay, now wireless routing nunche I am able to send a request, it goes to the client, whatever is the server, and response comes back to me. Okay, so a device that forwards data packets between two computer networks is called a router. Okay, and then inside a router there is something called switch. Okay, we'll be routing so many things, okay, on this. Okay, just observe, just understand what switch is. Switch is not like our switch. It's a part of router. What it does is, just an example. For example, at our home, we have 4 people: father, mother, brother, sister, you. Okay, we all are watching, connected to the same network. Somebody is watching YouTube, somebody is watching Netflix, somebody is watching Prime. Okay, everybody can do. So if somebody is watching YouTube and you are watching Amazon Prime, is YouTube request coming back to you? No, right? Whatever we are requesting, whatever the device is requesting, we are getting the same response back. Okay, how is it happening? Switch is the one that takes data packets and sends it to the correct server or correct client. Okay, as simple as this. What is a network? For example, you are connected to, they say you are connected to GeoNet. So all the cables, all the your router, there will be a geo server. From there, all the fibers are connected to your region. Okay, to come to your colony, and then they'll set up a box, and from there you'll get your connection. All this connected together, cables, routers, servers, everything connected together makes it net. Okay, and then there is something called port. Very important. Okay, so port, whenever I say port, it's nothing but in the computer networking. For every service, a service kind of uniquely assigned number. Uniquely assigned number. A number ke access you will be able to access that particular service. Okay, so for example, you are using HTTPS, secured website. దీనికి నీ కంప్యూటర్ కి 443 అనే పోర్ట్ నంబర్ కి యాక్సెస్ ఉంటేనే యూ విల్ బి ఏబుల్ టు యాక్సెస్ HTTPS service. Okay, and then if you have HTTP unsecured websites, if you have port number 80 enabled on your system, then only you will be able to access. So for example, you want to connect to MySQL database 3306. Don't worry about these numbers. అర్థం ఏంటంటే ఎవ్రీ సర్వీస్, పర్టికులర్ సర్వీస్ కి ఒక కోడ్ నెంబర్, అది యాక్సెస్ ఇస్తేనే యూ విల్ బి ఏబుల్ టు యాక్సెస్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ సర్వీస్. యాజ్ సింపుల్ యాజ్ దట్. We are going to learn so many ports. Okay, you are going to remember so many ports and all. Okay, don't worry about it. But as of now, understand the concept. Port number ante em ledu, it's an unique number assigned to that service. If you have access to that, then only you'll be able to access that particular service. Otherwise, okay, and then we all know IP address. That's the IP address. Every device, everything will have an IP address. It's like home address. Okay, mana home address laga mana device address. Okay, whenever we are sending a request, whenever I am getting back the response, my IP address is talking to that particular youtube.com's IP address and getting back the response. Communication is happening between these two IP addresses. Okay, Kani, what if I say, see IP address ఎలా ఉంటుంది, ఇలా 4 numbers ఉంటాయి. number ఉంటుంది. You go to CMD and type IP config, you will get your own IP also. So 4 numbers ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో అలా youtube.com ఒకటి ఉంటుంది, google.com ఒకటి ఉంటుంది. ప్రతి దానికి ఒక IP అడ్రస్ ఇస్తే, ఓకే, వాట్ ఇఫ్ ఐ సే యూ హ్యావ్ టు రిమెంబర్ ఆల్ దోస్ నెంబర్స్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, యూ వాంట్ టు యాక్సెస్ google.com. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తున్నావు, వెళ్ళి google.com అని కొడుతున్నావు. అలా కాకుండా సమ్ నంబర్ ర్యాండమ్లీ ఒక నెంబర్ ఉందనుకోండి, 79.1.3.8 is for Google account. You have to remember that number every time. You have to type it, then only you will be able to access Google. Can you do it? There are 4 billion possibilities of these numbers. How can you identify for which website what is it? Okay, that is why we have something called DNS name, domain name system. So youtube.com has an IP address, but for that, what is the domain name system? It is youtube.com. Google.com people are వంద లక్షల వేల IP addresses ఉంటాయి. Then what is the domain name system for it? Google.com. So domain name system is nothing but name to which this IP address is mapped. So how does it, our computer or our internet know? There is something called DNS server. Our DNS server లో ఏంటంటే మ్యాపింగ్స్ google.com కి ఇదే IP అడ్రస్, ఈ IP అడ్రస్ కి ఇది DNS నేమ్, దీనికి ఇదే IP అడ్రస్, ఇలా మల్టిపుల్ మ్యాపింగ్స్ ఉంటాయి. So whenever we say www.google.com, the DNS server says, no, you should talk to this particular IP address. Whenever I say, for example, I have my own website, okay, generativecloud.dev. Okay, this is my particular website. Okay, I have created for all this. So the DNS server knows the particular generativecloud.dev ki what is the IP address అనేది ఎవరికి తెలుస్తుంది? DNS server. Okay, so whenever somebody says generativecloud.dev, okay, it will talk to my IP address, which is okay. We all know bandwidth and latency. Bandwidth and data, we all know whenever we take internet connection, 100 Mbps, 200 Mbps, 50 Mbps, what is that? The rate at which uploads and downloads happen. The rate at which data transfers happen. For example, back then we used to have use YouTube. What used to happen? Buffer. It used to load to some extent. We used to watch, and again our point rangane malli buffer. Enduku? It used to take time to transfer data from one network to another network because we used to have very small bandwidth, 1 Mbps, 2 Mbps unte alage. Okay, so that is why there was huge latency. That buffering you saw was latency. Okay, immediately we have high bandwidth, 100 Mbps, 200 Mbps. That is why we are not even seeing that buffer. Direct streaming. That is why latency is low. So if bandwidth is high, latency will be low. If latency is low, high, bandwidth will be low. Okay, as simple as. So how in a traditional IT infrastructure, how the website works is you have a server. Okay, you have a server. On that server, the application and the data is hosted. So using internet, user will connect to the server. Okay, and server, whatever request I am making, it should have website files. Okay, for example, youtube.com lo unde anni videos ekkado store ayi untayi. Okay, so whenever I am asking for that particular videos, it will check in the website files and then send me back with the response. This is how it used to, it works. Even now it works. Okay, ఇప్పుడు కూడా మనము ఏదైతే youtube.com లో ఎక్కడో ఒక దగ్గర సర్వర్ ఉంది, ఆ సర్వర్ కి we are connecting and then getting back the response. Okay, so okay, fine. So just a small recap we have discussed anyways. What are all the problems with this traditional IT approach? You have to pay rent for the data center. You have to pay for supply, maintenance, cooling and all. You need to have so many labor to maintain all of it. Your addition or replacing takes time. For example, of server party, you have to go either repair it or get a new one and then attach it, configure it. It takes a lot of time. Okay, and then scaling issues. So fine, okay, addition or replacing you. But for example, I have posted my website on one server here. I kept the server. I have posted it. So suddenly for Dasara, I want to announce a sale. Normal కంటే ఎక్కువ మంది యూస్ చేస్తారు కదా వెబ్సైట్, సేల్ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇది సరిపోదు. సో ఐ గెట్ మోర్. సో ఆఫ్టర్ దసరా, ఆఫ్టర్ ద సేల్, traffic goes back to normal. Now I don't need. So adding scaling. Whenever I want to scale. Otherwise, I don't want to remove it. It's not possible in traditional IT. And then 24/7 support is needed. People are using, suddenly one of the server crash. What do? You have to come and you have to replace it or restart it. Okay, and then disaster management confidence. You have to make sure that disaster management is done. It's like fire accidents and all. To choose for. Okay, it's very difficult. Okay, that is why we have moved to cloud. Okay, cloud kuda Just a minute. Cloud good is the same definition which I said. It's an on-demand delivery of IT resources over internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. Instead of setting up data centers on the premise, you can set it up anywhere. Okay, that is what cloud computing is all about. Okay, so cloud services we use in our daily life: Netflix, Gmail, okay, Google Drive. Where is it being stored? In the cloud storage, right? Okay, so the kind of characteristics the cloud computing has given is when compared to traditional IT, it is cost effective with pay as you go price. ఎంత అయితే వాడతామో అంతే కడతాం కాబట్టి no capital expenditure is required to get started. Okay, even if one or two people are using, you can start with it. You'll pay very less. If more people are using, if more business is coming to you, you'll pay more. Okay, and then adding or removing, handling large workloads, and then scaling in and scaling out is very easy. ఎప్పుడు కావలిస్తే అప్పుడు యాడ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, ఎప్పుడు కావలిస్తే అప్పుడు తీసేసుకోవచ్చు. ఒకవేళ ఒక టాస్క్ కి చాలా ఎక్కువ వర్క్ లోడ్ కావాలనుకుంటే ఎక్కువ నోట్స్ యాడ్ చేసుకొని ఆ టాస్క్ అయిపోగానే we can remove all of those. This is very easy. And then if you store in, so just imagine there is a server here, you have proper networking and all, but someone from US wants to access some file here. It takes a lot of time. It depends on the kind of internet you have. It takes a lot of time to travel and all. It might not be available all the times. But when it comes to cloud, they have their data centers across the world, right? So there is high availability. Most of the times your application and data is highly available. Okay. There are three models of cloud. Private. Okay, what you can do is you can set up not on our premise. Somewhere you can set up your own data center and use all that infrastructure is used by only your company, no public access. That is also still cloud. Why? Because it is not on our premise, it is somewhere. Okay, own data center, but it is being only used by, and then you have public. What happens is AWS, Azure, GCP, indaka nenu chupichanu kada, all the servers and all. There are hundreds of servers, thousands of servers, right? One server can be used by you. One server can be used by someone in Infosys who are using. Someone can Cognizant can use it. I can use it. Okay, that infrastructure is available. That is called public. And then some companies use both. For some applications, they use private. For some applications, they use public cloud for deploying the applications, which is called hybrid. So on-premise and cloud also is called. So కొన్ని services ki on-premise use chesi, కొన్ని services ki cloud use cheste hybrid. Okay. And then there are types of services given by cloud. This you need to understand, very important. So let's compare to understand this. It's a complex topic to understand, but if we can compare with a real-time example, it is very easy to understand. So what we'll do is we'll take an example of building a house. Okay, మనం ఇప్పుడు ఇల్లు కట్టాలి. So what all infrastructure is required? Sand, cement, wood, iron, bricks, and all that. So what will I do? So in the first case, I'll only go and get it. So what I'll do? I'll go to brick provider, I'll go to cement provider, under the infrastructure we'll start building. For example, I'm building this wall. 500 bricks migilli, but I want 200. What will I do? I'll go again, I'll go some more bricks to complete this. Okay. So if we compare same to building an application. If you want to build an application, you need CPU, you need RAM, you need memory, you need storage, you need processor, you need everything. Okay. You can get all of it from only one provider, which is cloud. There, they are simply infrastructure as a provider. You ask them, okay, you tell them I need a server with 10 GB of RAM. Okay, this processor and this, they'll give you. What are you going to build with it is not their headache. They are only, in the first case, they are only infrastructure providers. You give an infrastructure, they'll give it. You just use them and then build your own application or store your own data. And how much ever you use it, you pay for it. Okay. There, for example, same. We have posted our application in one of the server infrastructure before. Now more people are wanting to use. So AWS doesn't do anything. You have to go and ask, I need more servers, I need more storage, then they'll give you. Okay, in same way, let's assume another case. Now this time I don't want to get all this infrastructure, I don't want to take that headache. I'll hire a builder. I'll pay him. It's now onwards, it's your headache. My house should be like this. And you get all the infrastructure. I'll pay you money. It's your headache. You maintain it. My house should look like this. Okay. In the same way, you have your application code, but you don't want to waste your time on maintaining that servers and so they also give you a platform as a service. There is something called Elastic Beanstalk. That if you have an application code, go host it there on Elastic Beanstalk. If 10 people use it, 100 people use it, 1,000 people, 1 lakh people use it, according to that, servers will keep on adding, servers will be removed. That only does, you don't have to think about it. That kind of services are called platform as a service. Okay, so you'll know more. Here, application code is only yours. Rest all will be server management is done by who? AWS. Okay, so that is platform as a service. అక్కడ ఏంటంటే ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ఆ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ లో మనం హోస్ట్ చేసుకుంటున్నాము రెస్ట్ ఆల్ విల్ బి మేనేజ్ బై దెన్ ఎంత అయితే మేనేజ్ చేస్తుందో అంత మనం మనీ అండ్ దెన్ another scenario, this time I don't want to build house, I don't want to build I want a builder. There is already a built house already కట్టేసి అది నాకు నచ్చింది ఐదర్ నేను కొంటాను లేదంటే ఐ పే రెంట్ అండ్ ఐ స్టే దెర్ I'll either buy it or I'll stay it already built. Okay, in same way, even AWS has some applications which are already built. So, for example, let me ask you this question. I'll give you a task. I'll ask you to prepare an Excel sheet. Okay, I gave you a task, prepare an Excel sheet. Are you building Excel from scratch? It's already built software available. Excel and built software available. We are just using it and making our reports, right? In the same way, even AWS has some softwares. Like QuickSight. Example, if I can give QuickSight, it's same like Tableau, Power BI, where you can create your own, dashboards. So, దానికి మనం ఏం కోడ్ రాయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు ఆల్రెడీ అప్లికేషన్ రెడీగా ఉంది we will just buy it, we'll just use it, how much ever we use it, we'll pay. That kind of services are called SaaS, software as a service. Already built software, they're just using it for our purpose. Okay, these are all 3 kinds of services that cloud providers give. Okay, so guys, before moving on to major other topics, let's get ourselves excited as AWS and the powerful తెలుసు. Okay, we all know Netflix. Okay, so see, my opinion, this is my opinion. When I compare Netflix with the Prime, Hotstar, YouTube and all, the kind of user experience I get in Netflix is huge, way higher. See, that is why you can also observe. So, మిగతా వాళ్ళందరూ 1000 per year పెట్టినా చాలా మంది కొంటారో లేదో తెలియదు కానీ when it comes to Netflix, even if it is 499 per month, people are still taking. They have 200 million paid subscribers. Netflix, how has it achieved that? Okay, Netflix ఎలా achieve చేసింది? So we all know what Netflix is. Netflix is a subscription based streaming service provider. They have over 200 million paid subscribers, and then they stream movies, films and documentaries. You know what I said? Now people are, after COVID-19, people have thought that no, we don't want to do traditional IT, we'll shift to the cloud computing. Netflix is so visionary that in 2007 only, even when AWS was in the niche stages, back then only Netflix went to AWS and said, "Now from now onwards, I trust you. I'll keep my application and data in your cloud. Okay, I don't want to take that risk of all the servers maintaining and all. All I'll do is I'll concentrate on business, rest on server management, app management and all. You do. I'll pay you." So now Netflix uses AWS cloud for monitoring all those applications on a real time. At a time, all over the world, ఎంతమంది చూస్తుంటారు? So many people, right? Using one of the AWS service called Amazon Kinesis. Using that, in within a second, terabytes of data can be streamed. Okay, so just imagine Netflix will under content Monday, they have decided that we'll go to cloud. So now Netflix has achieved very cost infra setup, okay, cost effective infra setup, and then they only concentrate on business and developing the application. Rest all server management, all those services which are required to stream and all are taken care of AWS. That is why Netflix has achieved that much of user base. So that is the power of AWS. Many applications start anyways. Amazon Prime is hosted on AWS. Hotstar is on AWS. Even applications like NASA. Okay, we know NASA. It's a very confidential organization. Even they create their applications on AWS. That is how powerful AWS is. So that is what we are going to do. Okay. So yeah, now we understood about cloud computing and what is AWS, why AWS we understood. Right? We are also here about DevOps. Okay, so DevOps అంటే ఏంటి? Okay, what is DevOps? So quick see I'll tell you a story. See మనకి చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి అన్ని స్టోరీస్ గా ఎందుకు చెప్పారు సార్? గుర్తుంటది, ఈజీ టు ఫాలో. Okay, so that is why it all started with stories. Sloga mana memory develop by mana processing develop by kanka we are learning everything, but back then everything was told as a story. So you are going to start your journey as a fresher in DevOps. So let's start with the story. Okay, quickly. Okay, I'll tell both in Telugu and English. Okay, see, once upon a time there was a kingdom. Okay, so a kingdom ఏంటంటే that king wanted to develop infrastructure. The buildings, okay, they wanted to construct buildings, palaces, and all everything he wanted to construct. Okay, he wanted to improve infrastructure. So he had two set of people here. One is builders. Okay, what they do, they are the ones who actually build the constructions, whatever it is. And then he has also had guardians. Okay, one more set of people. Their duty is to provide whatever is required for the builders, and they have to make sure that builders are building in a proper way and those buildings don't crumble down. Ante em avvakunda building stable way lo kadutunnara leda monitor cheyali, and whatever infrastructure is required for the builders, guardians have to keep. Okay, so he appointed and he waited for how infrastructure goes on. 1 year happened. Nothing much has happened. They're still building. Okay. He went ahead and asked, why is infrastructure not developing so fast? Okay. Then he had identified that these two people have different mindsets. Builders came that day, they have to construct in a faster way, new technology, technology use okay, even at back stages, they even want to construct some constructions like Burj Khalifa. Okay, but there are guardians. What to do? Either they tried and tested also. See, for example, I'm taking Burj Khalifa is a different angle, okay, different shape. But if you construct it in a rectangle shape and square shape, it stays right. Okay, because it is tried and tested, right? So what they say is, no, if you want to build Burj Khalifa like structure, we are not giving infrastructure because we haven't tested it. Okay, so we will only give infrastructure required to construct rectangle buildings. That's it. So వీళ్ళు చేద్దాం అనుకున్నా వీళ్ళు చేయనియండి. Both are not. Why? Because they want to try new things and do it faster, but they rely on stability. Okay, so then king was vexed, and what he did from the other kingdom where infrastructure is going on very well, he has hired a person called DevOps. Okay, he came in and he said, see, your mindset is different, but if we can set up a set of principles, okay, and collaborate and work, use different tools to automate this process, you can actually work ఓకే, ఇంతకు ముందు ఏం జరిగేదంటే బిల్డర్ మొత్తం కట్టేసిన తర్వాత గార్డియన్స్ వచ్చి టెస్ట్ చేసి దిస్ ఇస్ నాట్ వర్కింగ్, కూల్ ఒకటేసేయండి, ఇంకోటి కట్టండి, ఇలా అయ్యేది. Okay, but right now, what he said is we'll set up the principles, some principles, which are called DevOps principles, where everything will be tried and tested. So, see, what is developer saying? నేను ఒక బుర్జ్ ఖలీఫా, బిల్డర్ saying నేను ఒక బుర్జ్ ఖలీఫా కట్టాలనుకుంటున్నాను. Okay, fine. But what you will do is first you build foundation. Okay, immediately guardians will test it. They'll make sure foundation గట్టిగా ఉందా లేదు. తర్వాత ఫస్ట్, సెకండ్, థర్డ్, అట్లా ఎన్ని ఫ్లోర్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ విల్ బి ట్రైడ్ అండ్ టెస్టెడ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇస్ మేక్ షూర్ దట్ that building doesn't collapse. So unit, whatever we are deploying, okay, will be tried and tested. So in that way, both collaborated and infrastructure has grown. Okay, if you compare that with real-time scenario, it's like building applications. Here, builders are developers. They are very creative people. They want to try out new technologies. రేపు ఈ రోజు నోట్ జేఎస్, రేపు ఇంకో జేఎస్ వస్తుంది, అది యూజ్ చేద్దాం అనుకుంటారు. ఓకే, కొత్త మ్యాక్ లో ఇప్పుడు M2 చిప్ ఉంది, M3 chip వస్తుంది. They want to try that also to ease out. But this infrastructure are called operations. Operations team ఏంటి, ఏదైతే టెస్టెడ్ సర్వర్స్, టెస్టెడ్ ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్స్ ఉంటాయో వాటిలోనే డెవలప్ చేయాలి. Okay, so now even when DevOps was involved, DevOps got introduced, DevOps principles are followed. What happens is whatever they ask for, they'll give. But unit, whatever they are developing, everything will be tried and tested using all those tools. Everything will be an automated way, and then app development will be very faster and effective. That is what DevOps is. So DevOps is nothing but DevOps combines development and operations to increase efficiency and speed of software development. Okay, so దానికి multiple tools ఉంటాయి. So what are we going to learn? You might have heard. So whenever you hear about DevOps, they say Terraform, they say Kubernetes, they say Docker, they say Ansible, they say Chef. Okay, multiple things they say. Okay, ఏంటంటే స్టార్టింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ DevOps లైఫ్ సైకిల్ లో, ఇన్ ద కోడ్ లైఫ్ సైకిల్, స్టార్టింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ రైటింగ్ కోడ్. ఓకే, ఫస్ట్ కోడ్ రాస్తారు. మల్టిపుల్ డెవలపర్స్ రైట్ డిఫరెంట్ పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ కోడ్. అందరూ అన్ని రాయరు కదా. యూ విల్ రైట్ సమ్ పార్ట్, ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ ఇంజనీర్ విల్ రైట్ సమ్ పార్ట్, బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ ఇంజనీర్ విల్ రైట్ సమ్ పార్ట్. ఈవెన్ ఇన్ ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ ఇంజనీర్, some will write one page, some will write other page, and all. So everything needs to be integrated in a central repository. As a whole application code develop అవ్వాలి, ఎవరు ఏది రాసినా కూడా everything needs to come into a central repository and integrate. That is where Git comes in. We know Git, that is where Git comes in. Okay, and then whatever infrastructure is required for that code, వెళ్ళి console లో చేయలేం కదా. We need some kind of automation required to procure those infrastructure as a code. Terraform, CloudFormation comes in, and then you have to provision. And then even if there are 100,000 servers at a time, if you want to, so for example, there are 1,000 servers. Okay, and we hosted a Python application. Suddenly Python 3.11 నుంచి 3.12 వచ్చింది, we need to upgrade. You can't go into one server and upgrade the Python version, right? You need to have an automated mechanism. You need to have configuration management. That is where Ansible comes in. ఈ డెవలప్మెంట్ లైఫ్ సైకిల్ ప్రాసెస్, సాఫ్ట్వేర్ డెవలప్మెంట్ లైఫ్ సైకిల్ ప్రాసెస్ ని ఆటోమేట్ చేయడమే డెవలప్స్. You have to make sure you implement so many principles and so many tools so that the complete DevOps life cycle, the software development life cycle is more faster and more efficient. Okay, you have to deploy it somewhere in containers. For containers, you need Docker. To maintain that containers, you need Kubernetes, container orchestration. Okay, for setting up all this pipeline, automated deployments into different fields, you need CI/CD pipelines, Jenkins, okay, or AWS code pipeline. Ila multiple tools also. So that is how we'll learn. Oka concept నేర్చుకుంటూ, ఒక్కొక్క tool నేర్చుకుంటూ we'll learn how DevOps is done. Okay, so that's it, guys. Okay, and we will help you to learn different, 4 different certifications. ఇక్కడ 4 different certifications కావాల్సిన టాపిక్స్ అన్ని చెప్తాం. What do we do? Cloud practitioner, solutions architect associate, developer associate, and sysops admin associate. ఈ 4కి కావాల్సిన టాపిక్స్ అన్ని మనం చెప్తాం. You can prepare for any one and Okay, and then we use so many services like starting from compute related, storage related, network related, analytics related, serverless related, containers related, networking related, okay, DevOps related. So many services we use. Okay, and then we do so many real-time projects. Minimum to minimum, small to big, 20 to 25 real-time projects we do. Okay, that is how. So this here I have set up only some, as it is a PPT. Okay, that is why, guys, this is the only class you will be seeing about in PPT. I don't rely on PPT because see, I want to put 25, 30 real-time projects. So I have to use two different papers and it doesn't look good. So in presentations, what you do to have that user visibility, we cut short all those words and all. So that is why in my classes I use my notes come PPTs to explain you stuff. Okay. So that is about it. That is what I teach. Just I'll spare 15-20 minutes time, just 10 minutes time to explain. Whoever has listened about my professional term, it's fine. Okay, whoever is new. Okay. So after all of this, I also wanted to explain why am I the right person to teach you AWS DevOps, or why am I the right person, or why is this place the right place to join, right institute to join. Okay, for that you need to understand my professional term. Okay, so even same like you, coming from non-tech background, no coding experience. That is how I started my journey. I started as a surveillance specialist in one of the bank, non-IT job. Okay, and what would I say? Data entry. That is how I started. Okay, and then I moved to Amazon again as an operations analyst and data entry job. That is very even same like you. Even I have decided that I want a IT job. Why do you want an IT job? Money. Okay, no other reason. Who gets paid more? IT people get paid more. Even I want to get something more better. It's a I started. But back then I didn't know about either just okay. I started with the analytics nature. Okay, I learned Excel, SQL, and all I learned. Okay, because I was not into cloud computing. So I started, and that is where in my journey as a data analyst to business analyst, that is where I came to know about AWS. And from last 7 years, I've been working extensively on AWS in implementing analytics solutions, application development, and all. I got promoted as business intelligence engineer. I got promoted as AWS engineer, and right now I'm working as a senior AWS consultant, DevOps, and developer. And I'm also teaching. So if I can, not only mastering, I can also teach. Okay, I didn't know all of it. I didn't study all of this in my tech education. Okay, so but I was able to. You will also be able to. Okay, I will teach you. Okay, and then whatever are the see what to approach to your new skill. ఏదైనా skill. Okay, so on this journey, I not only learned AWS, DevOps, and all. I learned R, Python, SQL, multiple things I have learned. Okay, why was I able to learn? Because I know one thing. Learning, it has to start somewhere. Okay, లోపల ఒక fear ఉంటుంది. Whether I'll be able to learn or నా వల్ల అవుతుందా? That is where you stop learning. ఫస్ట్ నేను నువ్వే నమ్మకపోతే, నువ్వే నేర్చుకోకపోతే, why will a company trust you and give you a job? See, we are humans. We can learn anything. But it has to be most of the times you need a guidance, proper guidance on how to learn. Okay, that I give you. That I'll give you. What about the techniques in it? So today you learn AWS DevOps. Tomorrow, maybe after 1-2 years, you might get a new technology. New దానికి కూడా మళ్ళీ అమెండ్మెంట్ వస్తాం. Okay. So what is that technique? How to approach to your skill? What the technology is. So yesterday I gave you some examples. Okay. So in the previous class, what I told you is starting from data analyst. ఇక్కడ అనలిస్ట్ గా స్టార్టింగ్ స్టేజెస్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఎలా అయ్యేదంటే they used to call me. One of the senior manager called me and said, "See, this Excel reports are fine, but I want you to prepare a web portal." I could have told, "No, sir, I am a data analyst. I don't know how to, write the websites, how to create web portals and all." I didn't tell them. I said, give me 6 months time, I'll be able to do it. I have learned it and I have did it. I did it. So because learning is a complete journey, I know that. ఒక టెక్నాలజీ నేర్చుకొని పోతే ఇంకా అదే నేర్చుకుంటాం అనేది లేదు. You have to keep on improving. It all happens now also. Now also, every time a new project comes, a new software comes, a new technology needs to be integrated. We have to make sure we learn it. So nobody asks you, what's your a good senior developer or senior engineer? What they don't ask you. Okay, I told you an example. We were just 1 month back, 3 to 4 weeks back. They came and my manager said you have to implement Airflow. Apart from AWS, you have to implement Airflow. He didn't even ask me whether you know Airflow. So even I didn't tell him that I don't know Airflow. Once the meeting ended, that is where I went to Google and I searched what is Airflow. Then again, I took 3-4 days time. I learned about Airflow and then I started implementing solutions. So, learning is a complete journey. You also need to know how to learn. Okay, that happens here. So that is what makes this course a perfect one for you to join. Okay, I want you all to come back tomorrow also. We'll have one more set of demo where we start about AWS. We learn more things about AWS and then we can go forward in the course. You can register with us and we can go forward in the course. Okay, good to go. Okay, any questions? Anyone online, any questions? Are we good to go? Okay, and take it as a yes. Okay. Thank you so much for connecting. Please connect back tomorrow also. Okay, I'll teach you some more advanced techniques of cloud computing and AWS. Okay, we'll understand few more things about AWS, how AWS looks like, how to create AWS account, how to get started with AWS and all. I'll teach you tomorrow. Okay, and we can start with the course immediately. Okay. Thank you so much.